Mahershala Ali, you guys. Green Book. We're reacquainting ourselves with him. So tell us about your part in this film and how was it presented to you and you said, yes, this is a character I think I can work with.
Well, I play a character by the name of a man by the name of Don Shirley, who was a classical pianist and studied in Russia and at the Leningrad Conservatory of Music. He had three doctorates. He was a genius and a piano prodigy. Um, and the story came to me like it was right after the Oscars, and there was a lot going on. This is 2017. There was a lot going on, and I got that script, and it was one that really stood out to me because just the characters were so rich, and the story was amazing, and you could just these people were popping off the page in a way in which is not, I don't want to say it's not normal, but it's not something you should take for granted when a script is speaking to you in that way, when the characters are that alive. And so it was something that I was excited to sign up for because I was getting to work with Peter Farrelly and Viggo Mortensen. Man, man.
Now, as we watch the trailer, and the trailer is so moving. What will you take away from this particular film? Because I know a lot of us are going to take away a lot in this time and space about their relationship as friends through all their tumultuous years.
Yeah. Well, I take a lot from the film. I think I connect so deeply with the character because one of the things that I think is most moving about Don Shirley to me is in some ways I think he reflects the struggle of a lot of artists of color over centuries, but many decades in this country of really having some degree of freedom to pursue your art. This idea that of finding yourself in a state of having to compromise your work because you don't fit the physical mold of someone who is permitted to do that, and so his work, him not being necessarily, say, white enough to be on the classical stage, and sort of like the suffering or the struggle that certain artists feel when they're not allowed in some ways to be who it is that they feel called to be, and that struggle is very much alive for artists of color, but artists who are also white, but specifically as a black man, as a person who is striving to be my fullest and best self, just sort of identifying with somebody bumping up against those hindrances, the things that keep them from knowing themselves fully, and I think that's what, in some ways, I found an inspiration and a connection to, and really wanted to try to bring that alive the best I could.
Last question. I know more folks want to talk to you. Alita Battle Angel, 10 seconds.
Coming soon. Yeah, it was exciting to work on. Robert Rodriguez was great, and James Cameron. It was something that he was going to direct, and he ended up passing it to Robert because he's got like 17 Avatar movies to shoot, and so he's a little bit busy. But yeah, I was excited to work on it, and
You know I had to sneak something in, as always. Thank you, man. Good seeing you, brother. Good seeing you again, man.